For the first time, British-supplied drones have reportedly been used to hit targets inside Russia itself, a small headline with potentially big consequences. Welcome to the Automated Daily, Top News Edition, the podcast created by generative AI. It's August 16th, 2026, and I'm Trend Teller. Here are the stories worth your attention today. This episode is brought to you by Stock MVP. Stock MVP helps you invest like the pros using data-driven insights. Find the link in the episode notes. We begin in the Pacific, where Hurricane Lala strengthened into a Category 1 storm as it moved toward Hawaii. More than 40,000 utility customers were already without power before the storm's full effects arrived, and officials warned of flooding, rough surf, and damaging wind across several islands. Emergency crews were deployed, shelters were opened in some areas, and residents were urged to prepare for more disruption. It is a serious test for power, transport, and local businesses, especially in tourism-heavy parts of the state. In Indonesia, there is a new development in the earthquake story we've been following. Authorities now say at least 51 people have been killed after the magnitude 7.7 quake in the country's east, and around 5,000 people have been evacuated because of continued safety risks and the threat of more landslides. The update shows that even after the initial shaking stops, the danger can keep growing through blocked roads, damaged infrastructure, and isolated communities. Elsewhere, extreme weather and fire continue to hit several regions at once. In Belgium, a record wildfire in the High Fens burned roughly 2,700 hectares and forced about 600 people to leave their homes, an unusual scale for a country not known for major wildfires. In the United States, storms and floods in Indiana killed at least 6 people and caused widespread damage to homes, roads, and power systems. And in northwestern Spain, a flash flood and landslide killed 2 women after heavy rain struck a village. Different places, different hazards, but the common thread is clear. Emergency services are dealing with sharper weather extremes more often. Turning to the Middle East, 2 developments stand out today. In the U.S. Iran story we've been following, the new update is that the June ceasefire deal is now expected to miss its Monday deadline. That matters because the confrontation is increasingly being shaped less by direct attacks and more by sanctions, oil exports, and economic endurance, with possible consequences for regional stability and global fuel prices. At the same time, Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon killed at least 11 people, including children and women, in one of the deadliest incidents since the current truce took hold. Lebanese officials have condemned the strikes, and the concern now is whether this becomes another step toward a broader border conflict. In the Ukraine war, there has been a notable escalation. In a new development, British drones supplied to Ukraine have reportedly been used to strike targets on the Russian mainland for the first time. That is important not only militarily but politically. It suggests Ukraine's longer-range reach is expanding, and it may intensify arguments over how Western-supplied weapons are being used. Expect close attention from both Moscow and Ukraine's allies, because moves like this can quickly shift the tone of the wider conflict.
2 deadly transport disasters also made headlines. In Hungary, a Polish bus overturned overnight on a motorway in the east of the country, killing 12 people and injuring at least 10 others. Authorities have opened an investigation into what caused the crash. In Zimbabwe, the death toll from the Lake Kariba boat capsize has risen to 68 after more bodies were recovered. That disaster is now among the country's worst maritime accidents in recent memory, and both incidents are likely to intensify calls for tougher safety oversight and stronger emergency response systems. And finally, in the United States, a shooting at Virginia State University injured 5 people and triggered a temporary campus lockdown. The lockdown was later lifted after officials said there was no ongoing threat, but the search for suspects and answers continues. It is another reminder that even when these incidents end quickly, they leave behind bigger questions about security, prevention, and how campuses respond under pressure. Thanks to our sponsor, Consensus. Consensus uses AI to help you find and understand research papers, and you can get a free month. Find the link in the episode notes. Those are the top stories for August 16th, 2026. Thanks for listening to the Automated Daily, Top News Edition. I'm Trend Teller. Join me next time for another clear look at what's happening and why it matters.